LeBron, the only player that's played meant this much in year 20 in the playoffs is Kareem. Just wondered, and at the level that he was then, how were you able to put this together to respond to Game 5? Where did that start mentally, and then when did you start to feel that swell with your teammates as well on the court tonight?
Probably when we landed back in LA after Game 5. The whole thing in my mind was how much rest I can get. Going from that Game 4 where we expended a lot of energy in that game and then had to leave the very next morning and trying to bounce back to Game 5. It was tough on our whole ball club, including myself. And from the moment that we landed here after Game 5, all I was thinking about was just trying to sleep as much as I could, rest as much as I could, make sure my body was get my treatment and my rehab and things of that nature, but staying off my feet as much as possible coming into tonight. And felt pretty good when I woke up this morning. I felt excellent, actually, this morning, and reason I was here so early, too. But it was a good bounce back for us, a big-time game for us, and, we fed off our fans once again, and, it's great for us to be able to give back to them like they gave to us tonight.
If we could keep our questions to one, please, so I can try and get as many people questions as possible, that would be great. We'll go with Dave.
LeBron, over here at the side, we know the rigors of the job can sometimes be tiring. 40-plus minutes, the travel woes, all the alike, and sometimes your opponents may key in on that as they view you. How does the game of basketball keep you young?
Obviously, as I get older, I'm playing with much younger guys. I think my boys keep me young, meaning my sons, they keep me young. So, usually before games, I watch a lot of film on the opponent. But my son Bryce actually had an AAU game, EYBL game in Phoenix tonight. So up until probably about 45 minutes on the clock, I was watching his game. And watching him going out there and performing and seeing him play, that kind of inspired me as well. It kept me young tonight.
Taylor.
Hey, Bron. Obviously, you guys wanted to treat tonight like a Game 7. In what specific ways did you do that, and how did you instill that mentality down through the team?
No, it was definitely a Game 7 mentality for us. We understood that we had an opportunity to play in front of our fans, and we want to try to end it tonight. We came out with a disposition, with a next play mentality, and even when we made mistakes, we brushed it off right away and moved on to the next play. So I just think from the start of the game, we was just locked in on our game plan, and all the way till the final seconds of the game.
Dan.
LeBron, when you signed with this team in 2018, you talked about moments and stuff like that and the opportunity to have these special moments here, but all sorts of circumstances kept a lot of those from happening, injuries, COVID, no crowds, et cetera. Was there any moment tonight that stood out to you as like, this is why you wanted to be a Laker? I
just wanted to be a part of a historical franchise when I decided to come here and be able to just change the narrative of what the franchise has been going through before I got here for a few years. Obviously this franchise is known for winning championships and winning big and playing in big games and being a part of the postseason and the fans coming out and having an opportunity to be a part of that. So, tonight is another moment that I've always envisioned. And when I became part of this franchise, and like you said, because of circumstances, things of that nature, COVID and, injuries and things of that nature, we haven't had many postseason games with a full capacity season. Full capacity stadium. So far we've had 3 and they've been electric in this postseason, and we hope to continue that in the next round.
Yolan.
LeBron, how dominant was AD defensively during this series?
I think he was AD. I think we all know, the world knows, the basketball guys know, the competition know that how dominant AD is defensively. He was AD. He was spectacular.
BT.
LeBron, Darvin said that you shared some things with the guys after the game was over about the next level. What did you say to them, and why was it important for you to share that with that team?
Because we got a young ball club with not much experience in the postseason. So, just try to give my knowledge about, what I've been through and what they could expect. So as hard as this series felt and as hard as this series was, it gets even harder when you move a level up. So we was able to conquer level 1, and now we move to level 2, and it gets harder and harder. So, they understood that, and they'll be ready for it.
Last two, we'll go Ramona, and then we'll end with Rachel.
Bron, you talked about just the connection with the crowd in this game. Do you feel a deeper connection with the crowd in LA this year? Just as Dan mentioned that you didn't get to do that in 2020 and 21 and all that. I know Jack Nicholson was here for the first time since the last year's season opener. Do you feel that building as these playoffs go on and you get to play in front of this home crowd?
I feel blessed to be able to play the game anytime I put on a uniform, and to be able to put on a Laker uniform and play for such a historical franchise, it's always an honor. The connection, I think you got to ask the fan, you got to ask the Laker fans what the connection is between me and them. I feel welcome. I'm happy to go out there and perform and showcase what I'm still able to do 20 years in the game, and hopefully I'll just add to more memories that they've had for so long with so many great players and so many great teams. And hopefully I can be a part of some of those memories.
Last question.
LeBron, what was your first thought when you saw the schedule for the next round being every other night, and what challenge is that?
Well, it's definitely going to be a challenge, but both teams have to go through it. It's us, in either Sacramento or Golden State. We're going to be both on the same schedule. The plus is that it's not a 4-hour flight like we were just taking to go to Memphis and losing 2 hours, during the process. So you was losing 6 hours just going back there right off jump. So, we stay in the same time zone. We stay in the same state. It's an hour flight to each place, less if it's Sac, a little bit more if it's to the Bay. So that definitely helps. I know you guys are happy about that as well. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially BT, he going to wine country no matter where we go. So, he wrote them notes down already. He tapping in already. So it's all good, man. NBA's in a good place. All right, appreciate it. Thanks.